What's up everyone, Tech Gamer here. In this video, we're going to be unboxing, setting up, and reviewing the Ostation 2 Pro 3-in-1 Smart Battery Charger from Olight. So first off, I would like to say a huge thank you to Olight for sending me this. And of course, all opinions expressed in this video are my own. With that said, if you could do me a favor, click that like button, follow, subscribe to me here at Tech Gamers World. That would be totally awesome. With that little plug done, let's get to it. So as I said, this is the Ostation 2 Pro. This is a 3-in-1 smart battery charger. Now this charges AA and AAA rechargeable and lithium ion batteries. And I am super excited to check this out. Just from the box alone, it looks awesome. I personally blow through more AA and AAA batteries than probably anybody I know. A handful of my electronic devices, including my video game systems, all use AA or AAA batteries. One of my worst offenders is my VR headset. Those controllers blow through a AA battery in like 2 hours. And with a good gaming session, with two controllers, I can blow through three or four or five, six batteries like nothing. So if this device can charge and organize all my AA and AAA batteries, and all I have to do is pop one out and throw in the old ones, that would be totally awesome. No more wasted money on buying AA and AAA batteries ever again. So let's get to the unboxing. So let's see what we have here. Here is the Ostation 2 Pro user manual here. Whole bunch of stuff. We're going to throw that off to the side because I don't ever read instruction manuals. Oh, wow. Look at this. This is like finding gold. It is a power adapter. Can you believe a company actually provided a power adapter with their product? And folks, I am not being sarcastic here. This is awesome. The fact that Olight provides a power adapter with one of their devices that requires electricity is amazing, and that is a rare find these days. So, oh wait, you get my kudos for that. Put that off to the side here. Here we have a USB-C to USB-C charging cable. Uh, that's it for the top. Let's go ahead here and pull out the device. So we'll go ahead here, get rid of the box. So let's check it out. This is the Ostation 2 Pro 3-in-1 smart battery charger here. So checking it out here, I love the aesthetic look. I love the black with the metal accents here. That's awesome looking. I love the nice finish on the top here. It's got a lot of cool stuff on the front of it. It looks like it definitely has a LCD screen. We'll have to check that out here. It's got the tops here where you insert your batteries. So you've got your AA, you've got your AAA, and it looks like these just pop open that you can dump the batteries in. Then on the front here, it looks like it's got some drawers here, three drawers. So we have AA, AAA, and it looks like a recycle bin, garbage. So I bet you I know what that's for. This device, the manufacturer claims that the device will automatically detect batteries that cannot be charged or has a problem and will kick them out into this drawer. So we're going to have to try that out. And then the AA and AAA drawers are used to store the batteries after they are charged. It looks like it can hold about two batteries, and the specs say the device can hold up to 12. So I can see inside here. You won't be able to, but I can. There are cues for the path down so that the batteries will, basically back up into here and fall down as you open up the drawer. Looks like the drawer can hold two batteries at once, so that is pretty cool. So the manufacturer says that this is a smart charger. They also feature a mobile app that we're going to check out here from Olight that can manage the device and monitor the device. So that's pretty cool. It says that this device can be connected to your home Wi-Fi on your smart home management and monitoring. So I'm going to connect this to my home Wi-Fi. It does say that it requires a wireless 2.4 gigahertz network. So we'll have to check that out. Um, This thing is awesome. It looks really cool. And if this works like they say does, it's going to save me a fortune on AA batteries and AAA batteries. So, what do you say we get this thing powered on and check out the app and get some batteries in it? So, let's do it. Okay, so let's go ahead here and get the OStation 2 Pro powered up. So I've gone ahead here and connected up the power adapter to my power and plugged in the OStation 2 Pro via the USB-C port in the back. So the first thing we see here is the screen works. That's awesome. That is a nice looking screen. I see here it shows 4 batteries, so 2 AAA and 2 AA, which means that this device can charge up to 4 batteries at a time, 2 of each. Awesome. Now it says it's trying to load batteries here, so that's good. That means the device is powered up and working. So first thing we're going to do here is let's check out the on-screen menus. So here we have the charging status. It looks like we see, again, like I said, the 4 batteries, 2 AAA, 2 AA, and then on the right here we see a battery with a check mark and a battery with an X. So it looks like those are counters for successfully charged batteries. So here we have, it looks like the main menu. So we're hitting the first one, the battery, back here on the charging status. Next one is settings. So there we have, okay, there we have the mobile phone connection, pause charging schedule, and you can set a break, and it looks like screen off. And then we have power, so slide to turn off. We can try that. Oh, turned off. Awesome. Slide to turn on. All right, cool. Right back where we were. Awesome. Very easy to use, straightforward screen. I absolutely love it. Let's go ahead now and try and get this connected up to the mobile app, shall we? So the first thing we're going to do here is go to settings and connection and turn it on. It says, please open the app. Now I've gone ahead on my Apple iPhone here and set up the app. So we'll go ahead here and get this in position. And we'll go ahead here and go over to the Olight app. Here it is. So, got to make sure we are connected to Bluetooth is on. It is. Then let's go ahead here and go to My Devices. Okay, it already found it. That was easy. Found devices to be configured. OStation 2 Pro. There it is. So, okay, so we have to add it to our home Wi-Fi. So obviously, to do this here, I can't show you my password. So I'm going to go ahead here and just get it connected to my Wi-Fi. Now, like I said earlier, this will only work on a wireless 2.4 gigahertz network. So your wireless access point router needs to broadcast 2.4 gigahertz. Now that can be shared on a 5 gigahertz SSID as long as it supports 2.4 gigahertz. There we can see that the device is connected to the wireless. So there it is. We can see it here. If we go to OStation Pro, now we see mimicking the same screen. We see the 4 batteries and the charging schedule and the wake sensor sensitivity. Now, I always recommend whenever you connect a device to your wireless, always check and see that if there are firmware updates available. So to do that here, I'm going to go to the upper right, go to device update. Now, my particular device here does not have any firmware updates. I am going to turn on auto upgrade. Devices will be temporarily offline and updated during inactive time. That's good for me. I highly recommend you always update the firmware on any device that supports firmware updates to the latest general release version. That will help with bug fixes, compatibility issues, enhanced feature enhancements will be offered through those firmware updates generally. So just a little FYI there. Now we are ready to go ahead here and get some batteries installed. So the manufacturer, Olight, stated that if you were to put in batteries that are not compatible with the system or charging, that it will kick those batteries out into this junk drawer. So we are, of course, going to try that here. And I'm going to install, for starters, 2 of each battery. two AAA, and two AA. But I'm going to put the first one in will be a battery that cannot be charged, so a non-rechargeable battery. So here I have a AA and a AAA nickel battery. These are non-rechargeable alkaline batteries. So we're going to see what happens when I put them in to the system. And then once we put in those two, we will follow it up with some batteries. Now these batteries were provided by Olight, but any batteries that are rechargeable will work. This one here is the NIMH, the nickel metal batteries. This here is a lithium ion AA battery. Both are rechargeable. Same thing goes, any brand that's rechargeable should generally work inside of here. So let's go ahead now and get these batteries installed. So I'm going to lift this up here. We will start with the AAA battery. So I'm going to put in my non-rechargeable battery first, and then I am going to go ahead and put in my rechargeable AAA battery in. As you can see, the system detected batteries were installed. Now we're going to do the same here for the AA. So I went ahead and put in two AAAs and two AAs. One of each is a non-rechargeable battery. So what should happen is the system should load the batteries in to the device charging area, which is underneath the metal here, to charge the batteries. It should determine that two of them are not chargeable and kick them out right here. While we are waiting for that, I am going to go ahead here and load up three more AA's and three more AA's. And we'll see what happens here. So I'm putting them in any which way because according to the manufacturer, polarity doesn't matter. It will charge either way because it is a smart charger. Putting the batteries in is super easy. The Ostation 2 Pro holds up to 12 batteries. Now, this is awesome. I mean, it's so simple. When the batteries die, just drop them in, just walk away, and then you can pull out your new ones right out of there. So we're waiting here to see if the batteries start showing as charging. As you can see here, it does not show anything yet in the app. I'm waiting for the batteries to be fed in. Now, of course, because I'm sitting here watching it, it's, taking its sweet time, but I can see what it's doing is it's constantly checking to see what needs to be fed, and there it's starting to feed the batteries. And I can see them moving around inside here. I like this thing a lot. It's very quiet. Super important when you're in a room where you're recording things, live streaming. You don't need the background noise. I can barely hear the mechanics of it. There's a little whirl to it, of course, because the motors, I can see the gears moving. So we're still waiting here for the batteries to load. I definitely like these drawers a lot. I would be very careful with them though. They do feel like obviously they are just, very basic plastic. If you bend these the wrong way, they could definitely snap, and then you'd have a little bit of an issue there. Look at that. It kicked out my first battery. This battery is no good. It knew that this is a non-rechargeable battery. Awesome. So as you can see here, we now see two AA batteries charging, and it shows charging status of each. If I go into the app, I can see here that it shows the batteries charging in the app. That is awesome. And it shows one invalid battery were detected during the power on period. So it kicked out that battery and said it was no good. Now I should get another battery here at some point. There it is. It sounds like, yep. Ah, there it is. Look at that. Here is the Duracell AAA battery that is not rechargeable. That is awesome. So now we've got the double A's charging and it's checking the triple A's. This thing is amazing. It works exactly like I thought it would. So we can see that it knows that these are the triple A's are NiMH or the nickel cell alkaline batteries, and it knows the ones on the right are lithium ion. So a couple of differences. The 1.5 volts are both the same voltage. Lithium ion batteries have an embedded ID in them, so you can see each battery has its own ID, and it shows how many times those particular batteries have been charged, which is a really cool feature of lithium ion batteries. Generally speaking, a regular lithium ion battery like these, AA, AAA, you can get about 300 so charges out of them before they start to drain, before 80% becomes a new 100%. Nickel head batteries, nickel metal hydroxide batteries don't have that problem as much. They do tend to last a little longer in terms of maximum charge when they're used, constantly. Of course, there is that drain there as well. But I love the fact that the lithium ion batteries have the ID and they show you, how many times it's been charged and what the last charge was, etc. That's really cool. So let's go ahead now and simulate the batteries are done and get them to kick out. According to the manufacturer's specs, I can just hold on the AA icons here for 5 seconds, and that will kick the batteries out. So what I'm doing is I'm simulating that 100% complete. And let's see if the batteries properly come out. So it's clearing out the two. Ah, there they are. There's one. Got it. So let's say this one's 100% charged, ready to use. Now one more should come out, and then it should load the next battery in because I did put 3 AAA, AA batteries in. I can hear it ejecting here and moving around. And let's see if we get that final battery. There it is, right there. This thing is awesome. Now, as you can see, I've got the next 2 batteries charging. Awesome, totally automated, just like I love. Let's move into final thoughts here, shall we? This thing is awesome. Olight made something really special here with their O-Station 3-in-1 smart charger for AA and AAA batteries. This thing is amazing, super easy to set up. It's got a really awesome app that you can use on your phone to see the status of the battery charges from wherever you are. It's easy to connect to your home Wi-Fi, your smart home network, just like you like to do. All of that is optional. This thing is literally just plug and play. Plug it into the wall, throw your batteries in, it's good to go. You don't have to do any kind of configurations or anything. It can hold up to 12 batteries, which is amazing. Every drawer can hold 2 batteries. When you take out 2, 2 more will be deposited. So anytime you use your AA or AAA batteries and you run out, you just throw the old ones in the top, new ones come out the bottom, and you are good to go. This thing is amazing. I cannot say anything negative about this whatsoever. It is really awesome. And it is going to save me a fortune in not having to buy AA and AAA batteries that I use once and throw them in the garbage. So that right there is worth its weight in gold. I want to say a huge thank you to Olight for sending me this. Super awesome. If anybody is interested, I will put a link to the product in the description and pinned comment of this video. Definitely check it out and grab one for yourself. And as always, please click that like button. Follow, subscribe to me here at Tech Gamers World. That would be totally awesome. I will see everybody around. Keep on gaming.